Oh, all right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezers Show, your weekly outlet for the latest rock news and rock news updates. And of course, we got a bunch of them again. Never fails. Power Trip. The Power Trip Festival is. We got a couple items on a Power Trip this week. Pretty interesting. We got a possible Emmy for a concert that happened. We've got a possible reunion of a pretty legendary band, I guess you could say. A little Beach Boys, a little Ed Sheeran, Alice Cooper, Bruce Dickinson, the whole shebang. But I can't do it without my co-host, and that'll be Doc Box. How's it going today, Doc?
Doing pretty good, man. Having a pretty good day, man.
Well, we were having a good day, but our computers weren't.
Yeah,
We were having both on both ends. We were having computer problems. That's the reason for my backing picture here from Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, but yeah, we've been having computer issues, so I think we got things sort of squared away for now. So
yeah, we seem to be stable for now. So yeah,
go.
yeah, glad to be here. Glad you're here. Glad everybody's checking in on us, and sincere thanks to everyone that has been so kind as to subscribe to our humble little channel here. So if you haven't, please support us and take a second, subscribe, like, comment, generally engage with the show in some form or fashion. And yeah, as always, the rock world keeps turning and gives us news. So let's get into the stories this week, man. We got
well, we've been talking about Power Trip. You know how obvious Ozzy canceled his appearance on Power Trip, and duh. You called that one, 10 years ago. Crying out, it seems like just crazy, but we knew he wasn't going to make it. But he wasn't going to make it, and there was a consideration of who's going to be the replacement. Well, that's sort of pretty obvious, I guess, and it turned out to be true. It's going to be none other than Judas Priest replacing Ozzy, which well, they'll put on a better show than I believe Ozzy would at this point. At some point, a guy coming out in a wheelchair telling everybody F this and F. I don't think that's going to be the best use of his time. So Judas Priest replaced. So it's sort of a fair trade off, I guess, huh? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Just to let people know, this is a festival that's going on in October. I was thinking for some reason it was sooner than that, but yeah, October 6th, 7th, and 8th in Indio, California, on the grounds where they have Coachella, the big Coachella festival.
Okay.
So the Friday is Guns N' Roses and Iron Maiden, and then the Saturday is AC/DC. So that's their first time out in many, many years. 2016, I think, back when remember Axl was fronting on there for a while.
Right, yeah.
When Brian had to step out. And now they'll be teamed up with Judas Priest rather than Ozzy. And then on Sunday will be Metallica and Tool.
Man, they got the heavy hitters. They got the heavy hitters.
Yeah, they do. But people are kind of complaining about the price of the ticket. To me, it's not really like a festival where you go and start at noon and till 10:30, whatever. I mean, they got two bands each night. I mean, big, like, as you said, heavy hitters, no doubt, but it's not a real festival, it's just kind of a regular, like, three continual concerts. Yeah, three back-to-back concerts.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo. I'm going to be doing, I think, I don't know if you're going to be hanging with me, but possibly 7 concerts in like 10 days, 9
that sounds about right. Yeah.
Oh boy, we're going to be digging deep on that one. And I got a thing to say about this, Doc. In terms of Ozzy saying, F all the time and all this stuff, using the F word. I don't get it. I see it a lot with band photos where they're flipping the bird.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You really telling your audience to fuck you? What?
Yeah, I'm with
Why
you on
are
that
you
one.
flipping the bird at people? Oh, look, I'm so cool because I'm flipping the bird. What a bunch of what? I just see it too much. I see it a lot. I see it a lot on the smaller bands, but it's like, okay, well, F you right back, pal. I don't have to listen to your crap.
Give us the horns. Give us the horns, man. Yeah, you don't have to give us the finger.
Give us
do
the horn.
whatever. Yeah,
Do like
give us
Ringo.
thumbs
Give us
up,
the
whatever.
peace
Yeah,
sign.
yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
peace,
Whatever.
everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Love, peace, and
Number
joy.
one, whatever. Yeah, no,
Yeah, but geez, they flipped the bird like
I'm
F
totally
you
with you.
all.
Yep,
I'm a
yep,
rock
yep.
musician and F you all. I don't get it.
I don't know if
But
they're all trying to be. You remember that iconic picture of Johnny Cash?
oh
Where he's
yeah,
but that
smashing
was
those
there's a
stage
story.
lights,
Yeah, there's a story behind that, and there's he's not flipping off his audience and stuff. So I don't know if
flipping off the academy.
that kind of started off what was going on. I don't know, but yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I'm not real cool on that one.
Yeah,
but,
so that's odd. But anyway, yeah, and yeah, the price that's just way too expensive.
well, you're looking at it. I'm looking at the prices here. And like I said, you got 3 days, 2 bands each day. Even you could get no names. You could get up and coming bands that would just want the exposure and play for nothing or next to nothing.
Free booze, yeah,
exactly. Fill in the time and just make it a bigger party, and more concessions sold, more everything sold, more of just I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
It's
general admission, the lowest for the 3 days, $600, $599, $600.
Oh yeah, I got that hanging around. Sure.
Reserved floor seats, different levels. Cheapest is 800 up to 1600. Reserved grandstands, pretty much the same. The pit, if you want to be down in the pit, $1,600.
Nah.
And then they have different packages. If you have the VIP in the pit is $3,000. What they call the ultimate is $27.50. Yeah, different packages, and then they have different camping packages, a tent and a car, RV, hotel packages. So they have the whole schmear of
they're gonna make a ton of money.
Oh yeah,
that is a big band, but you're right though. What lesser band wouldn't mind? We really can't pay you much, but we'll have cameras running and you can get good videos for yourself and stuff for promotion. You can tell everybody you played at the Power Trip Festival.
Right.
Hey, sometimes you got to bite the bullet to get the good promotion. So oh well, get some. Plenty of people will pay the money.
Oh yeah, how many people? Yeah. I opened for Metallica, or I opened for Iron Maiden, or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. So what a shame. Well, okay, the promoters apparently have themselves a power trip. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Yes, indeed. Oh, here's interesting. We talked a while back.
This is the first year there. Before we let go, I believe this is the initial year, right?
I have no idea.
First year. I think I've never heard of it before, so I'm thinking.
Well, there's a lot of festivals I haven't heard of before.
Yes, true that.
In any case, here we go. We've talked about the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert at London's Wembley. Hello, everybody. London's Wembley Stadium. And by golly, they nominated for an Emmy, which I guess is a pretty good use for the Emmy platform.
But it's kind of one of those nerd Emmys, though, man. It's not for it's outstanding sound mixing for a variety series or special.
Oh, cripes. That's like outstanding keeper of the porta potties at a movie set,
Yeah.
That's whatever.
Yeah, I thought that's pretty cool. Yeah, because it was a great concert. I've seen parts of it, still watch it. And Shane Hawkins gets up there and does "There Goes My Hero." That's a great part. There's a few great parts like that, but
yeah, nominated for that. But
yeah, he thought it'd be like outstanding musical series or whatever. I don't know how they word their categories.
They'll win the Emmy and it'll be some nerd who was doing all the work in his basement or something. And he got to come out from Mama's basement. Thank you so much. But nonetheless, well, that's a goofy Emmy, but that was a good concert. A lot of cool things got together on that. So yeah, good.
And the whole thing with Wolfgang ripping through a couple of Van Halen tunes, all that. Yeah,
doing them very well too. Yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, next up, brother, here we go with the Creed thing. Thing. Yeah. Well, it's their 25th anniversary of Human Clay, and they put out, I think, 4 albums. They had a 4th album that I really never paid attention. Their first 3, I basically learned all 3 of the albums. I had to, being in the Creed tribute band, and I did post a video on the Rock and Roll Geezers Facebook page of me back in the day doing one of their songs. I didn't want to go overboard, so I just posted one. But there's more on the internet. But nonetheless, yeah, they ought to get together. I saw Mark Tremonti, for crying out loud, the other day. He did a concert in Chicago. He was singing Frank Sinatra songs.
I was wondering if you saw that.
So yes, I did, and I think he needs this. I think that sort of screams. I'm ready to fill up some stadiums and make some serious money, because that would quite honestly fill up some stadiums and make some serious money. So we'll see what happens. They keep hinting and hinting, and they might as well. God, there's some great songs. I used to love playing that stuff. Like I said before, I was an original, straight E-tuning guitarist for my whole life. Like all the music was for my whole life, and suddenly I got to do with all this dropped E-tuning and this open E-tuning. And it was just a whole new universe opened up. It was just cool, and the songwriting's cool. And people thought the lyrics were probably schmaltzy and stuff, and bending towards the religious side and whatnot, but it's still good music, and boy, all three of the albums were great. God, some of that music was so much fun to play. But we'll see what happens. I may even go see them. I may even spend a couple extra bucks and go see them if they do come back, which they will if they get together, and they're going to. So just sort of laying it out there like that. I think, yeah,
it's kind of looking more and more like that.
It's going to be a cash cow for them.
Yeah, we talked about it last week a little bit, where they had some things going on in social media, but even more this week, they posted an 18-second video, and it kind of a collage with early photos of the band, and with the soundtrack was their song "Are You Ready?" So kind of
there it is. That's a great song to play. That's an open D song. I used to love playing that song. Danny and Mario, they remember that song. Yeah. But it'll be great. And the good thing about Creed is, for crying out loud, hopefully Scott can sing it. It's not one of these things where the songs are so high that the singer can't touch them anymore. I mean, most of his songs are, well, we get down to rock, yes. The real low stuff. Gonna rock again. So I would think he'd be able to handle the vocals. I can't wait, man. Yeah. I can't wait. That'll be That'll be.
And then the video ends with the message, let's go back to the summer of '99. And then
Clay, baby.
And then it says, promise of more information to come.
Oh, yeah.
Anniversary thing like that, that's always a good way to kind of come out without putting out anything new. We want to have a reunion, but we're not going to do new stuff. We're coming out on a reunion of an old one. And
good. Don't put out anything new. Hell with it. Really, you can they can tour on what they have right now. So God, that was great stuff. And they can tour right now. So I'm looking forward to it. Good for them, because they'll hopefully they'll stop by Tinley Park maybe next year.
Well, I saw them. It was it used to be the Rosemont over by there. Now the the old Allstate Arena and Rosemont. Yeah, that's where I saw them at, indoor place. But,
yeah. I had a pick when I was when I owned my brick paving company. I actually had a dump truck break down right across from the Rosemont. Was that depressing? 6 lanes of traffic flying by, and here I am broke down on my pickup truck. But there's the Rosemont horizon right there. It was good times, man. Good times. Not caramba. But boy, hopefully they come back. We need a little something to rustle the feathers of people, because so many people really were not happy with Creed. Just pretentious and whatnot. They're like the Nickelback. Them and Nickelback were the two major. I don't know, what do you call them?
I kind of get it with Nickelback. I don't so much with Creed. I don't know. I guess they're easy target, just kidding, with the religious, connotations,
right.
That kind of things. But I don't know. I liked Creed. I got no problem with them.
Oh yeah, they got great stuff. So good for them, man. Hopefully they'll get back into it. Now here's something that amazes me, Dr. Vox, if I may call you Doctor.
Indeed.
Okay, Dr. Vox. Here we are. Look at here. There's the Beach Boys. Handsome, strapping young lads with their whatever the hell that is, brain fart. They're
Flannel.
yes, they're looking good and matching flannel. I always
Going
love the
surfing
matching
in their flannel. Yeah.
surfboard and whatnot.
Whatever, man.
But unbelievably, uh, they finally have an official Beach Boys basically archive autobiography,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what in the world took so long. Crying out
Well, I
loud.
mean, biographies, people can write, but an autobiography, the guy's got to sit down and be in agreement and put it in the way that they're all happy with, and getting it out there. That's got to probably take some time, and just timing it out, and for everybody to want to do it and have the time to do it. So yeah, it's the first ever autobiography, due out in about a year, I guess. They're saying. They're not sure on a release date yet, but
Wow.
yeah, it's got exclusive interviews, with all the guys, and archival stuff. I could only imagine the stories just from the. I would just want to read the chapters on the Brian Wilson Sandbox era. Just that time is fascinating to me.
When that one when he was totally fat and stuff, and he was being he had an overlord. Is that the time you're talking about?
Well, yeah, no, that was a different era. I think that was a little
Okay.
later on. Yeah. But
All right.
sandbox.
Exactly.
He made his living room into a sandbox, like the beach. That's where he wanted to vibe, and he had his piano in the middle of it. And this, this was back at the time that the guys would go out and tour, and he would stay back and create. He would just, he was just a kind of a recluse, and that's what he was.
Wow.
The psychedelic drugs of the time and whatnot, and
yeah, well, good
experimenting with lots of good stuff.
Yeah, that'll be interesting though. My gosh, back in the early '60s, Southern California. Wow, that had to be crazy.
Or even the whole Dennis Wilson, Charles Manson thing, man.
Oh gosh, yeah, that'll be. Oh, there's plenty to talk about. Geez, that'll be great. But it took
people don't know that story. They were connected. And the Beach Boys recorded one of his songs. I can't remember the name of it. They recorded one of his songs. And
I wanna chop off your head.
Yeah.
Stab you in the heart. Yeah.
Surfer girl.
Boom. Yeah. Great song, Charlie. Yeah.
And while they were off, they kind of took over Dennis's house, and Dennis was so afraid of him, he just let them have it, man. You guys go ahead. Man. I'm done with you, man. You guys go ahead.
Wow,
so, I'm sure there's tons and tons of stories.
Oh yeah, we saw him, and we saw who did we see last?
Brian Wilson and Al Jardine.
Al Jardine last year, and that was a very, very cool, very special concert. So good for them. Yeah, the stories I'm sure they've got to tell are just got to be monstrous. So that'll be just.
Didn't they have an overbearing dad too? The Wilson brothers.
He was out of his mind. Murray, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, Murray Wilson. Oh yeah, he smacked the shit out of Brian. I think he smacked Brian so hard on the side of his head that he can't hear out of that ear anymore. I mean, his man was a jerk off. I think he smacked him when he gave that song to the surfer song to who was it? The duo.
Dan and Dean, maybe.
Probably, yeah. I think he gave them one of their hits. And Murray got all pissed off that he gave him a song, smacked him upside the head. That I could be wrong. That could be totally wrong. But I know he smacked him hard and caused him some hearing problems.
Yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Jerk off. Yeah. Here's this is wild, man. I don't know what's going on here because you said that it was the temperature wasn't too bad, but apparently 17 people were taken to the hospital during an Ed Sheeran concert in Pittsburgh. What's up with that?
I don't know, man.
Gosh, wow.
Yeah, looking at it as a show. Pittsburgh's a fine town. I love Pittsburgh, man. Been there several times. But they 17 people, including a stadium worker and an EMT, each suffered a cardiac arrest.
Yeah,
so those two. It was several heat related. Yeah. And the temperatures were in the low 80s and like high 70s by concert time.
I'm sorry, Doc. They may have, like they say in Arizona, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. But they could have had some serious humidity in there And if you can't breathe, it don't matter if it's 60 degrees and the
Yeah, true
humidity is
that.
high.
True that.
You know, they could have been having struggling, but
Well, obviously there was
breathing.
something to it because people were dropping like flies. They had some people had falls, injuries suffered from falls, and there was one seizure.
Yeah.
So yeah, all told, 17 people
Well,
hospitalized.
one was a roadie. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
A roadie suffered a cardiac arrest while
yeah, yeah.
working on tearing down the setup. Yeah. So, what a mess. What a mess. Did you see the video? Was it No, was it Ed Sheeran that Eminem came out on stage?
Yeah,
Yeah. Was that cool or what?
yeah, yeah.
That was
Sheeran
so
was
cool.
in Detroit, and Eminem came out and
Came
oh
out from the
gosh, I forget
stage
what
and
song he
moved.
did. I forgot what song he did
In
with
the
him.
move and the groove, and you gotta
Yeah.
you want them in the go. You do the one shot. I don't know what all that. I can't rap. I can't rap. Damn it, Doc.
I was like, "Where you going?" Like,
I
"You
know the
over?"
melody, but I can't rap.
All
And
right.
then that other one about the little kid, I can't. The song he had about the little kid, which was a really huge hit. But yeah, it was very cool. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, come on, Ed. He's heating people up so bad with his sexiness
That's
that
his
they can't take it anymore.
suave tones.
Yes, not dulcet. The tones were not dulcet that night, my friend. I will tell you that. Boy, oh boy. Oh, here's the cool story. I love this story. Let me put this up so everybody can see. There it is, the Alice Cooper license plate.
There we go.
Arizona, baby. Alice Cooper. He's got his own license plate. Oh, geez. Is that great? You know, because they love him in Arizona because he's a great golfer. But the Arizona Department of Transportation Motor Vehicle Division, yeah, it's a specialty. You know, they got a group of specialty plates, and sure enough, there's like 90 of them. I think in Arizona, 90 specialty plates. But sure enough, you can get yourself your very own Alice Cooper license plate. How cool is that? Huh?
Yeah, I haven't heard of that with any other states or any other rock icons, I suppose. But yeah, this one's it's $25. 17 of that goes to the charity. This year they have five new plates, and they all are associated with charities. Arizona Realtors. There's a cancer support for families. Dying College Warriors is called, and U.S. Army one, and of course the fifth one's Alice. So
Yeah, and
yeah, his is for it's called the Solid Rock Teen Center.
yes.
Yeah, it's kind of a mentorship and kind of gets people access to studio time, things like that, and just how to do studio stuff and whatever, you know. So I don't know.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to think, well, we live here in the state of Illinois, is the state of desperation. I don't know what it is what it is. State of Illinois. And I'm trying to think to myself, well, who would Illinois have on their plate? You know, that's how, you know, and boy, you know, somebody from Styx, because they were so big, somebody, one of the early guys, you know, Isa March or one of that Jim Peterick or maybe Rick Nielsen or who do you think would, what do you think? Who do you think would be good on the
You know,
bill?
if they were to do it, it might not be a rock guy. It might go back to some blues and throw some Muddy Waters on there, some Chicago blues or
cripes.
something.
Yeah, of
You know,
course. Of course,
maybe.
duh. Oh,
If it was a rock, I don't know. I might go with Cheap Trick, maybe. I don't know.
no, you're right. You're right, though. Blues. I mean, we're the right here. It's where, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You pick someone from Chess Records, and you go that route. Definitely. Yeah. Good call, Doc. Of course. Good call. That's why you're the Doc.
That's
You
it.
know, got your shit together, man. So good for, yeah. Well, we won't get it, well, if we do get a specialty plate, what was it, $25 there? If we get a
Yeah.
specialty plate, it's going to be about $125, just because, that's what it is in Illinois, man. That's how we roll. But you get a rolling and banging and all. Holy cow. Bruce Dickinson, he's not having the best
You know what?
gong
Before we get into that,
Sure.
another talking about the Alice Cooper. And
Oh,
this is why
right.
this is why he's so great, man. Alice is he never
Oh.
stops. We're gonna see him September 1st, I think, right?
Something
We're
like
gonna see
that.
him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But right now he's on the road with Hollywood Vampires, and he's over across the pond in England. and they were just in Birmingham.
Birmingham, England. Yeah,
Birmingham.
they were in
And
Birmingham.
good
Yeah.
old hometown boy Tony Iommi
Tony Iommi.
jumps up on stage with him and rips out a version of Paranoid real quick. So
And
yeah,
yeah, a
pretty
couple of
cool.
other songs. Yeah, and I got a picture looking at with you backstage, Ronnie Wood, Jimmy Page, and Slim Jim Phantom, baby. Slim
Oh,
Jim
nice.
Phantom.
Oh
How
yeah.
about that?
Of
They're
the Stray
backstage.
Cats, people
Yeah,
may remember. Yeah.
the Stray Cats, sure, hanging out backstage at the show. So it seems like the Hollywood Vampires are becoming a thing, man. The place to be for all the rock and rollers who
Yeah,
got
people
nothing
know
to
Hollywood
do.
Vampires consist of Alice Cooper and Joe Perry from Aerosmith and
Yep.
Johnny Depp.
Yep,
And
and who from Alice Cooper's band? The fourth guy, I can't remember. Hendrickson, maybe Tommy Hendrickson. I can't remember, but yeah,
well, those are the three names, though. I messed up, And yeah, they were in here in Aurora here a couple of years back. I mean, they're constantly playing. So
yeah. And with Johnny Depp, oh my gosh, girls go nuts and whatnot. But
yeah, and just
Hollywood Vampires,
a couple nights before that, they were in London, and Ronnie Wood joined them for a Jeff Beck tribute. They did a Train Kept It Rolling.
Jeff,
So
Ronnie, yeah, there you go. You know, they're really, yeah, they're the place to be. But it's Alice, so I'm not really surprised. Hollywood Vampires. Hollywood Vampires originally were, I believe, a group of actors back in Hollywood.
actors,
correct?
well, it was different people there. I know like Harry Nielsen. It was Harry
Okay.
Nielsen, John Lennon, Alice Cooper, Mickey Dolenz. Oh,
Mickey.
geez. I can't remember who else, but yeah,
He's a
they were just
monkey.
the hard partying, drinking. They were that group. So
Well, they got a good thing going now, man. They've got a real comfortable thing going that musicians show up to because it's just a great time. And speaking of Alice Cooper, before I forget, uh, his guitarist Nita Strauss. We'll be seeing her this summer at Tinley Park,
yeah,
and once she's done with Alice's tour, she's hopping right up with her own band, and she's going to be opening for Wolfgang Van Halen on his
oh nice,
late fall, early winter tour. So she's
okay.
keeping real busy. Yeah, yeah. Wolfgang is he's let me see here. Where is it?
That might not be not too bad a bill there. Yeah.
Fall headlining tour. Yeah, he's coming to Chicago. He'll be doing one of the clubs there. I'm not sure, but sure enough, Anita's opening for him. So
Okay.
that'll be a good time, man. That'll be a really good time. And he's going to be playing with Metallica and Alter Bridge. Alter Bridge.
Well, yeah, of
Oh
course he's
my
part
gosh.
of the he's opening up for Metallica and their M72 tour. So yeah.
Yeah. So good times all the way around, man. So here we go though. Yeah. Bruce Dickinson, poor guy.
Yeah, they seem to be
My
having
God.
some
Okay.
some
First
troubles.
off, yeah. Well, they've got a Iron Man, they've got a gong in the back of the drummer, sits in back of the drummer, raised up behind him, and then at some point Bruce Dickinson goes back there with a big old gong mallet and bangs it, hi everybody, look at I'm banging the gong, boom, look at there, boom, banging the gong. And sure enough, apparently he banged it so hard he broke it. He broke the mallet. So I don't know, man. And then he this is what disturbs me. He then he just pretended to play it like a flute. Okay, you're doing the Ian Anderson, Jethro Tull thing, but then he started giving it a lick. Okay, wait a while, time out. Wait a while. He's stop licking the flute, if you will, Bruce. But yeah, it's just one of those things, being a professional that he is, he just made it into
You
a
know,
comedy thing.
well, that's just, I always think it's funny how people react when things go wrong, and it seems like you're just standing there naked to the world, man.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he breaks it, and he's standing there with just the handle to the mallet, so starts licking on it, and then decides to start playing it like a flute. It just reminds me of like oh god, like Ashley Simpson on Saturday Night Live.
Sure.
What's
Oh,
going
was
on?
that the best
Just
thing
starts with a
ever?
goofy dance, or Millie Vanilli got busted, and they just ran. Just the way people react when things go wrong. It's like, what do I do? Everybody's looking at me, and the thing I'm supposed to do my thing with is broken. What do I do? Yeah,
Oh,
but
I love it when a tape goes bad.
right.
Yeah. Ashley Simpson, that was the best thing ever. She did that goofy country type dance.
Yeah.
It's like, what do I do? You're
Oh,
playing
yeah,
a
it's got to
real
feel like that.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just naked to the world, man. Everybody's looking at you. You can't. What are you gonna do?
Okay.
But they
So,
seem to be having a lot of gong trouble, man.
well, see, that's phase one right there.
Yeah.
So okay, so the mallet falls, and the mallet breaks, and all this stuff. Well, that's not even the worst of it. The name of their drummer is Nico McBrain.
Oh
Nico
yeah.
McBrain. He's the drummer for Iron Maiden. I had no idea that's like the coolest name ever. But
Took
sure
over
enough,
for Clive Burr some years back. So yeah.
well done. So anyway, yeah. So same situation. Playing a song. Here comes Bruce Dickinson, gonna bang on the gong, if you will, if I may steal the name. Bang the gong. He comes out back there and he bangs a gong, and then he bangs it so hard that the thing falls forward right under the drummer's back. Boom! And I looked at it, and it wasn't too bad, but nonetheless, those suckers, they're not heavy. They're not light. That's a
It's a
piece of
40-inch
metal.
gong. It's
That's a
40-inch gong, man.
piece
I
of
mean, that's
freaking metal with the
that's
frame,
yeah.
and the whole thing fell onto the back of the drummer. Ow, Bruce! Damn you, Bruce! What are you doing, man? Yeah, yeah. So what the hell? Is it the
They
roadie's
might want
fault,
to take the
or?
gong. Hey, I'm sure the gong guy's fired. Whoever was the gong guy,
Oh,
he's gone. Mallet broke, and then a few shows later, the gong falls off. He's done. He's done.
yeah. It says after Bruce used a mallet, a type of percussion beater with a large felted head, to hit the instrument, the gong, which appeared to be loose. There you go. Became detached from its stand, falling behind Nico and apparently hitting the drummer on his back. Bruce then paused a second, clearly surprised by the turn of events, before cracking a smile
Yeah.
at the audience and making his way to the right side of the walkway because he
That's
wasn't
great.
hurting like hell. He could smile. Within a couple of seconds, the stagehand could be seen working on getting the gong secured back to the stand. Yeah. So the drummer's sitting there playing, da da da, bam. So the drummer looks over, and there's the singer laughing at him. Hey, you jerk off! You're the one who caused it. Come here. I'll hit you with my gong, you jerk. Where's my mallets?
Yeah, the video's out there, and you see it. They're doing the song Alexander the Great, and they're doing the song and doing a thing, and then it goes into the guitar solo. So Adrian Smith's doing his guitar solo, and Dickinson comes up on a ramp behind the drummer, and he's got his big mallet, and he's kind of straddling the gong. The gong's kind of like underneath him, and he swings down at it, and then boom, yeah, it falls down on him. And he's kind of, again, what do I do? He just kind of smiles nervously and runs off the ramp, and yeah, that's the
oh geez.
leaves Nico to fend for himself to get the gong. I guess yeah,
Oh.
road guys or whatever. But
Oh, Nico. What the hey? But anyway, yeah, good for them then. Good. Jeez. Hang in there, guys, and make sure you properly secure your gong. There's an OSHA incident right there. That probably is, That's an OSHA incident. They probably
right?
have to had to make a report on
I was
that.
gonna say, I wonder if they got to fill out a safety incident report,
In this insane world, considering how they are a business, I would imagine maybe not, but probably not, but knowing this crazy freaking world, I would
whoever
be
the
half
safety
surprised.
officer is for Iron Maiden's got to do an
Yeah.
investigation into it and figure, and file with OSHA. Yeah.
I'm Burton S. Husley, and I'm the local safety guy. And you gotta write out a report to OSHA, and then you got to pay a little extra money to the local union. Oh, well, this wasn't in Chicago, was it? No, okay.
That's over
Never
in
mind.
Dublin. Over in Dublin.
But that's so great. The pasty gong down. Here's a name I haven't heard in forever. Be it good or bad. I used to have to play a bunch of his songs with the cover bands I was with. Brian Adams, the summer of '69 guy, and boy, he's not. He's not. He's not. Oh, how do you put it? He's not. He's not safe from being weird stuff being happened on his stage. Pardon me for my total lapse of thought there. But yeah, he had a fan ran right up to his ass, right out, in the middle of summer of '69, and
Yeah.
apparently he freaked his ass out. But you know, it's better than having a phone thrown at your head, Brian. Let me see. I wonder if it was a gal. Was it a gal?
No, it was a
Uh,
guy.
oh,
Yeah,
well,
there's a
yeah.
video out there.
I'd be disgusted too.
Well, he
Yeah.
didn't even come. He was a show in Salt Lake City of all places,
Oh, he's
Utah.
a Mormon.
And
Yeah.
a guy rushes the stage and kind of past Brian Adams to the mic and gets up there and kind of mumbles out a couple lines to the song or whatever. And Adams just kind of looking around and, jumps, but without missing a beat, just jumps into it and just kind of, just ignores it.
I'll be darned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
security ushers them off rather briskly. And, yeah.
With bad stage antics, we keep seeing, examples here and there, people, crowd create, being poor at what they, geez, what the hell? Come on, Murph, get your shit together. I can't put two words together today. I'm so stunned by all this computer crap we've been having. Jeez. But yeah, people just got to knock it off in the crowd. Keep your stuff to yourself.
We're security, quite honestly.
How do you get
Brian
up there?
Adams show.
How
This is not a punk show where you're right there with the crowd. This is a Brian Adams show where I'm sure there's at least like 6 feet between the barrier and the stage. And I don't know what the situation was there in Salt Lake City, but with bigger acts, that's usually the case. They got some sort of barrier.
Yeah, where's all the protection?
Yeah.
Geez, back in the old days at the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago, I specifically remember, and he's on Facebook. I can't remember his name. The guy was like 5'7", about 4 foot wide, with crazy hair. He was a bouncer up front in front of the Aragon. Nobody got on the stage at the Aragon with this guy because he was roaming. Come on, he's just daring somebody to give him any crap. But boy, the guy got on stage these days. What kind of protection is that? What it is, Brian Adams though. So maybe he doesn't have the best security, and it ain't the packed houses.
The venue.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a punk show where you're right down in it. I mean, it's
this place sucks. I love that song by the Descendants, by the way. This place sucks. Yeah, it says a lot. Yeah. So hang in there, Brian Adams.
The Descendants, they put on a fine show.
Oh yeah, they're crazy. I love their bass player. Jeez, but yeah, Brian Adams. Wow, back out there. He did have a lot of hits. That a lot of classic rock bands, especially
for sure.
Summer of '69 is a big one that people can sing along with. So I'm sure he's having a good time out there. Good for him, although he is Canadian, so that's sort of a problem. But I'm just kidding. I love the Canadians. Yeah. Although South Park did that great deal with them. Okay, here we go. Moving on. In this moment, this group called In This Moment, which I had interest in for about 30 seconds, and I realized how they're totally their religious weirdness is just too much for me. I don't need it. But here you go. Here's like the ultimate diva-ness that you could ever expect. Here's the headline. In This Moment pulls out of Michigan's Upheaval Festival due to lack of, quote, necessary space. There you go, Doc. Necessary space. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's pulled out. This is just hours before they were supposed to be. I mean, it's a festival. I mean, it's not like everybody's there to see them, but nonetheless. So they posted something on social media. Yeah, they drove 600 miles and couldn't do it because the stage was too small. I'm sure they've had, their stipulations and their specifications on all that in their contract, and it probably wasn't up to their specs. But you know what? A lot of other bands played, and a lot of other bands that are just as big or bigger than them. So you know what? Scale down your stage set a little bit. Whatever.
Bingo.
You got bands like A Lamb of God, Hailstorm, Bring Me the Horizon, Falling in Reverse, Ice Nine Kills. They all performed. So.
Yeah, and good grief, good riddance. Yeah, they do a lot of costume changes and set changing and crap. Well, like you say, this is a festival. This isn't one of your headlining tours where you've got the ability to have your roadies set everything up beforehand and it's all good and opening acts in the front. They don't mess anything up. No, this is with multiple bands. You got to play to that situation. You can't bring yeah, like you said, scale down, scale down. Go out there and hear the people want to hear the music. So what if put the singer in costume and just let I don't know what the hell with these people. Necessary space.
But
I'm sorry,
you know what? Maybe they were looking for an out. Maybe they're getting there and they're like, they all had something going around, or who knows, whatever, and just saw that out. And said, man, we can get out of this, guys. Well, I don't know. I don't know, but
this is horrible. There are 30 bands there, and 15 bands for each day. So it wasn't like they were going to be able to do their elaborate show anyway. Geez, that was one of my biggest pet peeves, is doing a show with multiple bands, and I've done it, so many of them. Headlined a lot and opened up for a lot, but yeah, we'd the opening band, and we'd be playing in a club, and the opening band would finish their set, and then boom, they'd go. Next thing I know, they're up there drinking a beer, talking to their friends on stage. I'd have to get out there and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to throw your amps off the stage in about 2 minutes because we're going to be playing in about 15,
Right.
So multiple band gigs I hate. So they should have been ready for it. Scaled down show. Geez, don't do all the big production, for crying out loud. But no. They may have been looking for an out, Doc. They may have been looking for an out. So shame on them. You don't quit a show for a stupid reason like that. Weather, yes. Electrical problems, yes. Your equipment isn't there, yes. But we got here, but there's just not enough space. Oh, yeah. What a bunch of chumps.
Well, clearly, I mean, other bands, they did fine. So
yeah, and major names. Hailstorm's not just some up and comer at this point. Right. So they really blew it. What a bunch of dopes, man! Oh man. Here's an interesting thing that I saw, which wow. Yeah, 3 billionaires got together, and we all think, Paul McCartney, he's a billionaire. Bruce Springsteen, billionaire. You're not surprised with them two guys get together, but then they get together and party with the third guy, another billionaire, and it's the most unlikely thing. I saw the picture. I haven't been able to find it online though, but of all people, Dr. Dre, which I'm not surprised though. 3 basic moguls, I'm not sure. I mean, even if they're in totally different genres with Dr. Dre, hey, moguls get together and shoot the shit. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, this was following a Springsteen show on Hyde Park. He's doing the BST thing over there. And afterwards got with Paul McCartney, and not really sure how they all came together, but the place called the River Cafe there in London, and joined up with Dr. Dre. Yeah. So the trio met after the gig. I'm sure sounds like one of those gossip columnists. The trio turned heads as they entered the swanky Hammersmith eatery. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you got 3 of the, just throw Jay-Z in there. You got all the billionaires, man. So, I can imagine what they were talking about, but everybody said they'd be having a good time and laughing it up pretty good. And I wonder who picked up the bill. What do you think?
Oh man, and I don't know.
I bet you McCartney, man.
And I'll tell you what. They better have left a hell of a tip. Hardworking waitress or whatever. They better really,
right?
Geez, yeah. You better be leaving more.
By the way, this was after a 29-song set by the boss. So yeah, he's still doing these marathons, man.
God, oh geez.
Well, last week you talked about Guns N' Roses and 27 songs.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So here's Bruce doing 29. And
holy cow. Yeah, these guys, unbelievable, man. People don't realize how hard that is. Just to sing a couple of songs, but to sing 29, 27, that is crazy cool.
For a 73-year-old guy. And he's not taking breaks. It's not like somebody else in the band can step up and it's Bruce the whole time, man.
Man, oh man.
God bless him.
Yeah, how about that? Moving on. Here's an update on Madonna. Oh God, she looks so good. There's a country gal. Yeah, get that belt buckle. Yeah, but boy, yeah, she's hideous, and of course everybody knows now that we talked about this last week that she collapsed, and they had to take her ass to the hospital and keep her in the IR for a while. And it turns out now the report comes out that they had to revive her ass with Narcan. Now, so you're thinking right away, oh boy, opioid overdose. Obviously, that's what Narcan is. It's an opioid. But no, oh no, no, no. Her people are saying that, oh, what was it, Doc?
Well, they said it was a bacterial infection. She was
Bacterial
hospitalized.
infection.
She was in the ICU and all that. And they said bacterial infection.
Sure.
And
Narcan.
now they're saying she was in a septic shock. That the infection had gotten so bad she was in the septic shock. Is it Narcan? Narcon? I don't know.
Narcan.
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 And, I don't know. I just picture it being like the Pulp Fiction, right in the chest. I always picture it like that, but I don't know.
How about that? She really.
But,
they're scientists. They're people. They're scientists.
Does this really work for septic shock? Is this really
for septic shock? We didn't know. Thank you, Madonna. My gosh, no, you weren't on opioids. You were having septic shock, and by golly, the Narcan took care of it. Thank you. So now I expect whenever they have septic shock, give her the Madonna shot. Boom, right. Narcan right in the heart. Get her back up and running. That's great. I think that's such a pile of bullshit BS. I swear to God, no. I really. She's so whacked out. Look what she's done to herself. She's got to be whacked out on opioids and shit. So I fully, the truth. I believe the truth is that she was whacked out on opioids. They're never going to tell us the truth, but really, come on, septic shock.
Yeah, she had the headlining tour coming up. She had the big 40th anniversary celebration tour. She's postponed all that, and she's all very sorry. She posted things about apologizing to her fans, all that kind of thing. But Rosie O'Donnell, her good friend Rosie O'Donnell, is released a statement that's she's doing well, and she's doing what she has to do, and she'll be back out there. So.
Well, it says, the sources did not indicate that the singer showed any signs of drug abuse or overdose, and her representatives have thus far declined to comment. That's all I say. Yeah, they're not going to say because they can't tell you the truth. So they have declined to comment. Jerks.
And they'll never find out whose cocaine was in the White House either,
Oh, no. It was some workers were working on the White House. They brought it in, set it down there in the cubby hall so it wouldn't be caught. Good for them. But here we go. Again, Lisa Marie, poor Lisa Marie Presley. Yeah, they come out with the cause of her death, which is pretty eerie. You brought it to my attention, Doc, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm looking at this. And it says causes Lisa Marie cause of death, complications from a small bowel obstruction, and then it goes on to say she suffered a cardiac arrest. So I'm like, okay, isn't that what Elvis died from? Wasn't he he was on the toilet and he was constipated from opioids use, basically. So constipated and straining so much that he had a heart attack, and that's how he died. And I don't know if that's the exact same thing, but that's pretty much sounding like it, a bowel obstruction that led to a cardiac arrest. So a little
boy, what a shame. And she hasn't looked healthy. She didn't look healthy in forever. She really hadn't. She hadn't looked healthy at all. So I'm not surprised.
But I think after her son died, she kind of went down a little bit.
Yeah, well, when you suffer the ultimate hurt, which that's what
that was at his own hands as well. So that's it's got to be even worse.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think. Yeah, I put that into the equation.
Yeah, she kind of went down the path of depression after that.
Yeah.
But
well, that could kill
you. To have the similar thing with Elvis, man, that's just I don't know.
I know. I think Elvis's it said straining. He died straining stool.
Yeah.
So he was trying to, and he had so many freaking drugs. We talked about his impressive drug intake.
Yeah.
In one of our earlier shows, and it was pretty stunning.
The toxicology report had how many different? I can't even remember.
13, 12 or 13.
I was thinking something. 19,
just impressive as hell. So yeah. Oh, what a shame. But nonetheless, also before we sign off for the day, I noticed that Pantera was playing the Rock Fest in Wisconsin, which is a huge festival, and the rain shut them down. Man, we were getting walloped here for a while in the
Oh, geez,
Midwest.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, and so they ended up only getting a little bit of their set in, but apparently Rockfest, again was pretty successful. So good for them. I saw something very bizarre. Uh, this AI, we talked about AI real quickly. I you heard it. I should post this, but somebody did AI of Johnny Cash singing the Barbie girl song. Because the Barbie movie's coming out, and all this garbage. And some guy did an AR, and it sounds so much like Johnny Cash singing the Barbie song. It's just horrifying. It just. Oh.
I don't need to know that exists, quite honestly, Murph.
You are correct, sir. You are ever so correct.
That's one of those things. It's like I don't know, a mind rape. I didn't need that in my head. I didn't. I didn't ask for that in my head. I didn't give consent for it.
Oh man, just crazy, 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 crazy. So it's a crazy world out there, Doc. Crazy rock world. I'm so excited. Yeah, we're going to be soon. We're going to be seeing Snoop Dogg
I know you are.
on Friday. You're coming, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right, right. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we're seeing Snoop Dogg. That's going to be insane. But
I'm saying I know
surprisingly,
you are very excited.
oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I love Snoop Dogg. Gee, many creepers. Ever since he did that episode of Monk, it was like the coolest thing ever on TV. He did the episode of Monk. It was very cool. But surprise, we'll see if his crowd can stand up to. We're expecting a smoke fest, and yet
yeah, I'm sure it's gonna smell real good.
Biggest smoke fest we had so far was surprisingly Shania Twain. So there you go. Wow, come on, Snoop Dogg folk. I'm gonna bring a gas mask just to keep myself from having to indulge. No, I'm not bringing a gas mask. I hope you can join us on the right field lawn though. We'll be there partying. Boy, Snoop's gonna be a good time. So, and as always, we'll see what happens next week in the coming week, because there's always good stuff coming up. It never ends. So until then, we'll see you folks next week, and be sure to have yourself a great week. And Doc, why don't you take us home, man?
Yeah, no, I knew you were going to bring that up. Snoop Dogg, I know you're very excited about. It's like a Christmas for you, man. You've been overjoyed waiting for this one. So yeah, this will be a good time and a good review we'll have for it next week. So till then, we'll work real hard. We'll bring the news for you, and hit this little button right over here. I think it is right there. And subscribe for us. That would be awesome. And until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody. We'll see you next time.